The Arizona Cardinals absolutely killed day 2 of the 2025 NFL Draft, snagging one of the best cornerbacks in the entire 2025 draft class. Literally falls to the lap of the Arizona Cardinals in round 2. Today we're going to be diving into Will Johnson, as well as our third-round pick in Jordan Burch. We're going to be diving into exactly how the Arizona Cardinals came out of day 2 with absolute gems. Let's get started. We got him! We got Will Johnson! Will Johnson! We got him! I'm shaking. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack up that like button and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. On this channel, we're covering the Arizona Cardinals news, breaking news, conversational pieces, everything surrounding your favorite team. So subscribe it up. It's absolutely for free. But ladies and gentlemen, the Arizona Cardinals did what I didn't expect they were going to do, because obviously the injury concerns with Will Johnson, multiple teams that were quarterback needy, absolutely completely bypassed him, and they were worried about the knee injury that's been obviously surrounding Will Johnson, a great cornerback out of Michigan. Cardinals stuck to their board, obviously, right? They went after a guy that was arguably the best cornerback in the entire 2025 draft class. Now, yes, there is some concerns that are coming here with Will Johnson, being the fact that there's multiple teams that have flagged the fact that they think that the knee is not fully a long-term thing, right? I think that's what it comes down to. In the short term, I think most teams can agree this guy, if healthy, is probably arguably one of the best cornerbacks coming out of the collegiate level in 2025. But if he did not, or if he cannot stay healthy, that's going to be where it might be too rich for either A, using a first-round pick, or B, using a second-round pick. But the Arizona Cardinals stuck to their board and got the best player available. Now, I want to go ahead and shout out here Monty Austin for absolutely getting the steal of the draft, and that is going to be none other than Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan. Now, let's go ahead and talk about that injury for the people that do not know exactly what's going on. Adam Schefter ended up reporting the day. Oh, that wasn't the day. It was actually probably an hour after the first round of the draft. And of course, there was a lot of question marks about why Will Johnson fell. This is what it all comes down to here at the end of the day, right? Adam Schefter comes out and says Michigan cornerback Will Johnson Jr. has a knee issue that has concerned some NFL teams, and that it helps explain why he's not been selected yet, right? Now, when the Arizona Cardinals finally pulled the trigger and brought in Will Johnson Jr., we ended up seeing Darren Urban of the Arizona Cardinals ended up tweeting this, saying, "New Arizona Cardinals cornerback Will Johnson, I'm falling to 47. I'm definitely frustrated," right? Quote. And then he says, "I know I'm healthy," right? Now, Ian Rappaport retweets that and says, "While teams red flagged Will Johnson's knee, he did not have pain or swelling in it," which should be a good sign, right? So at the end of the day, medicals are coming back and they're saying he's good to go. So I'm still coming out here and saying this is absolutely the steal of the draft for the Arizona Cardinals, falling to the lap of the Cardinals in the spot that they are at. I just got to commend Monty Austin for obviously pulling the trigger and going after best player available, because if they were going to follow the trends of what everybody else in the NFL is going to do, they probably would have bypassed him. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, I was pretty darn nervous that A, he fell to us, and B, if the Cardinals were going to pull the trigger and go after him. Now, we're talking about one of the best cornerbacks in the entire 2025 collegiate level, right? This guy, if healthy, can be very, very good. Now, potential lockdown corner of the future, let's pump the brakes there for a second, but this is a really highly talented, great, has great instincts, got very good balls. Like, this guy is a really good cornerback. Now, primarily flourishes in zone, but give him a couple years under this Jonathan Gannon regime, and we are getting so many defensive pieces that it's not even funny. Like, we're so night and day. Our defense is probably like, they're good. I'm just excited to see what this defense is going to look like here moving forward. But Will Johnson, what an absolute huge steal for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm really excited about it. Most Arizona Cardinal fans are excited about this. I truly think this is the steal of the draft. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. I'm excited to see what it's going to look like on the defense in the secondary. We might be seeing maybe Sean Murphy Bunting either A, getting cut, or B, maybe taking a back seat to allow Will Johnson to get more team reps, maybe Max Melton, Garrett Williams, Elijah Jones that we got in the third round last year. Also got Sterling Thomas the fifth. So we got a very crowded, very high potential cornerback core right now. I'm just excited to see what Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon's going to be able to do with these guys. But absolutely, the steal, the draft. I absolutely was so darn excited the moment that the Cardinals ended up doing this. I love it. Thank you, Monty Austin, for doing the right thing. We got ourselves a stud, a potential first round guy in the second round. This guy's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. That's all I gotta say. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. That's definitely the truth. All right, let's move on over to the next guy, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona Cardinals end up using their third round pick on an edge rusher, and that's gonna be none other than Jordan Burch. Now, I want to be very clear, ladies and gentlemen. I think the Cardinals were going to be in on an edge rusher in the third round, where obviously I think they're truly following their board, but who fell to them was Jordan Burch. I think they really, really do like him. Now, Princely, which is a guy that I was really excited about, he actually went in the pick right before the Cardinals. I believe the Panthers ended up trading up and getting Princely out of Ole Miss, which I ended up saying on my last video. It would be cool to kind of reunite the Ole Miss guys, right? Walter Nolan and Princely, but obviously that didn't happen. But Jordan Burch, to his own right, seems like a pretty darn good prospect. Right now, we're going to be diving into what it says here in PFF. I got some really good things to obviously talk about. Obviously, 6'6", 295. He's 23 years old. He most likely will be around 24 when the season starts up around. He definitely looks to be a pretty solid player in the third round. And I think for the most part, a lot of the NFL analysts were saying he mainly flourishes in the edge, right? I think when you look at his body type, they were saying that he looks like a 3-tech type of defensive line, but no, I mean, he flourishes a lot in the edge position. And this is a big guy, man, 6'6". And I saw a few different highlights of him here and there. He looks pretty darn good. Now, I do see that he's got 10 sacks, 2 hits, 20 hurries, 4 balls batted down. Now, I did see another website that he actually had 8.5 sacks, but regardless, right, 8.5 sacks to 10 sacks, that's still absolutely amazing, right? He's got an overall grade here in PFF of 77.6. Pass rushing grade of 81.3. So the Arizona Cardinals might have got themselves a really, really good player right here in the third round. He mainly plays on the outside, has had some snaps over the tackle, but inside, outside, I think hopefully the Arizona Cardinals are going to be able to use them on the outside. And this is what I talked about a little yesterday, right? The Arizona Cardinals are making it very, very clear that we're trying to get all these young, talented guys to build up a defense of the future that's going to hopefully be scary for years to come, right? Fingers crossed. Now, here are the analysts on the pros and cons when it comes down to Jordan Burch. Great measurables. Like we said, really, really tall, 6'6", and it just looks good overall, right? He's got scheme versatility, defender who can play anything from 3-tech to 7-tech. Frame is well filled out for that weight and his height. Very nice first step explosive for his size. Extremely low miss tackle percentage, which is good, right? That's a good thing. We got to make sure that these guys are going to be able to knock down those tackles, especially on the defensive line. Cons on the other hand, hands lack purpose, needs more of a pass rushing plan before the ball is snapped, lacks the bend to truly threaten the outside shoulder with speed, even with a good first step. So overall, there's a couple things that obviously needs to fine tune. And I'm going to be real here, right? Like, could the Cardinals have gotten a different player in edge? And yeah. But I mean, we got some potential. We got some potential here, right? Like we're going based off of potential. And like I said before, like look at the core right now that we have for the Arizona Cardinals in depth chart, right? Obviously, Josh Sweat. You got Baron Browning. You got Bijo Ojulari that hopefully is going to be able to stay healthy. You got a few other people like Dante Stills, right? That sometimes goes out there depending on the formation that comes out. Like we got some pretty intriguing players. Now, of course, I did come into this draft saying I would love the Arizona Cardinals to target an edge rusher in the first round. I mean, that didn't happen. I'm still excited with Walter Nolan, but they got themselves an edge rusher here in Jordan Burch, a very tall guy that maybe if he can't get to the quarterback, he's got the ability to put his big mitts in the air and potentially bat that ball down. That's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for a really, really good playmaker here. And Jordan Burch seems to be pretty solid, pretty solid, right? I didn't have him on my target, right? I didn't target him on one of my mock drafts, but Monty Ossenfort, like I mentioned plenty of times, has not led us astray, and I'm really, really excited to see what he's going to look like. Now, PFF does actually have the pick grade as very good, so they're actually coming out and saying that this is going to be a very good pick for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, he is listed as 19th of 39 in his positional group, as he's ranked number 19 of 39 amongst all edge rushers. So I know it doesn't sound too great there, but he is listed as the 99th overall in all positions across the board. And the Arizona Cardinals ended up using a what was it, like a 78 round, or the 78th overall, I believe is what it was. That the Arizona Cardinals ended up using for Jordan Burch. So overall, a guy with a lot of promise, a guy with a lot of upside, a guy that's going to be a big physical body in that defensive line. I'm excited. It almost kind of, actually, now thinking about it, it almost kind of seems like we got these veterans, Calais Campbell, you get Jordan Burch, right? A younger version that obviously is not as tall as Calais Campbell, but another big frame guy. You get Dalvin Tomlinson, and then you get Walter Nolan. You know what I mean? Are the Cardinals trying to get these veterans to put some work in and mold these guys to become the next defensive line monsters? Maybe, right? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out. But welcome to the Bird Gang, Will Johnson and Jordan Burch. Excited to see what they're going to do here in the 2025 season. Honestly, at the end of the day, we've upgraded tremendously our defensive line. That was one of our biggest, weakest points in 2024. Now, 2025, arguably, this is a very fascinating and exciting. All these upgrades has happened this offseason, free agency as well as the draft. I'm excited. I'm ready to get this 2025 season ready to go. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know what your guys' overall thoughts here are on Jordan Burch. And do you like the Will Johnson pick? Let me know in the comments below. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cardinals.